All right, guys, welcome back to this lesson where we are going to actually use this platform to build something reasonable. Okay, so I noticed something in the last lesson when we brought in that detailed SRS prompt to give to Lovable. It consumed the entire 5 credit that I had in that account without doing so much that we can see, but it has actually done so much in the back end. That's built the, let me show you. Oh, I've logged out from that account. That's built, it has built some part of the front end and also done some things in the back end, right? But I actually preferred that it should do more of the front end, that is more of the UI that users can see and feel. Okay, so for that, I'm going to make a bit of adjustment in the prompting. I'm going to tell Lovable to focus on the UI. I don't intend to use Lovable to do much of backend. All right, I'm using Cursor to do things that has to do with backend for sake of logic. Lovable is strong in UI, but Cursor is strong in logic. Lovable can do logic, but I don't want to bore Lovable with so much of logic. I can use Lovable to start the logic by creating a database, creating some tables. But when I go to the back end, I use Custom. All right, so I'm going to paste the same prompt and remove some things that are back end inclined. All right, so um, first of all, I don't want to use this Nigerian school. Okay, so I'm going to remove a lot of things before I prompt it. Yes, this is a backend feature. Anything user management, profiles. Alternatively, I could say, instead of removing those things, to still give it the complete overview and context of this project, I will say, build me, let me remove all these things. I don't really need it. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell Lovable to build me the front end slash UI, the front end of a secondary school portal. Yeah, let me know the front end. The UI of secondary school portal. Focus only on the front end. View multi pages. Home about us. With sub menu drop downs. Normally, I can list those pages that I wanted to put in the drop downs if I want to have the time. Like about us, the about us, you have career, you have management, my history, vision and mission, stuff like that. You can list them there. Uh, Maybe the school have departments. Maybe the school have, okay, gallery will be there for pictures, admission, careers for their equipment, contact page, Blog. Which other one? A CTA button. CTA means call to action. You used to see sometimes, most times you see a button at the top right of the website for users to perform a particular task or a particular action. Could be to visit or to book to go to the admission page, something like get admission or book now or contact or whatever you want to put there. All right, at the top right, view the dash for UI. Just focus only on the front end. Ensure it is neatly done as the following requirements. The name of the school is TechFuels Academy, and brand colors are as follows: blue and orange. All right, so normally if I have a logo, I can click here to upload that logo. So I will still copy this thing. Reason is that, okay, I'm already logged in, so it will go. I will still copy it in case I need it again. I'll paste it somewhere, maybe your WhatsApp or something. So all those other items are still there, but I've told Lovable to focus on only the front end. Don't go to back end. Use a small 5K that I have left to build me a sleek view, a sleek and modern front end. If I stop here only, what I've written here, it will still be okay. But I still added the things I got from ChatGPT in the SRS document. Most of it, I added it because I still wanted to have an overview of what I want in detail. So with this, I can proceed with my first iteration. So Lovable will get to work once again. I want him to bring us something better. The other one was not very cool because we were trying to do so much to build the back end, build front end, and it ended up finishing the prompt. Normally, if I want to still use that one to finish the project, what I will do is that I will I will use the little it did and keep prompting it to improve. Add social section, add hero section, add sliders, add this, add that, add that. Then as I'm doing it, I'm feeding it with the content that will be given to me by the client. You can just be copying and pasting, or you can click here to upload files. Maybe the client gave you their profile. You can tell them, hey, use the content from this profile, right, to populate the pages of this site. So you can keep improving it till you build something slick and standard. All right. So that is that. See now he's planning the application. I'll build a slick modern secondary school portal UI for TechFuels Academy with blue and orange branding. Let me create that blue. I forgot to say, personally, I have preference for navy blue for this kind of thing. There are many blue. There's royal blue, or we added them, but it's still fine. All right, so it's telling me what it will do. Gradient, hero sections. Well, I don't like gradients. I will change that later. Animations, clean typography, responsive layout with intuitive navigation. One thing about love, when you go talk grammar plenty, but your first iteration will not really be nice as it should be. All right, so it's building, building. I believe it will finish this one fast since we are a bit more focused. So the purpose, what we are doing in module 3 is to run through all these AI applications that we have, one after the other. So this is the turn of Lovable. I want to use that same prompt that I gave to Lovable to use on Rock, use on Replit, use on all those other AI applications, module by module. So this is the module for Lovable. So let's see what it comes out with before we move on to the next AI tool. At the end of the day, we'll now stick with 2, 3, or 4 of them for our software projects, because you are actually going to build projects. By now, I expected that you have already had a concept. So clients, this pardon me a minute. All right, so okay. Okay, yeah, I'm sharing my screen. All right, so okay, network issue there. All right, so this is what Lovable has been able to come up. Let me try to preview it. Okay, the preview is not loading. Okay. All right. Okay, so this is what Lovable have been able to do for us. I can collapse this to look at it. See that? At least it's better than the ones we had before. So it's now left for us to improve it. Okay, so we have been able to do this with Lovable. Let me open it in a new tab. It's far from what I have in mind. That's the truth. The first iteration is usually not up to what you have in mind. I can tell you that. All right. But what we can do now is to improve it. The good thing is that it has, you see, it even built a dashboard. This is what I expected. So it is built as a dashboard. You can see so I know some pages may not be there. See now, some pages, but that's given us a good starting point. So we have built this just with one prompt. Okay, with one prompt. Remember those days when I just started out, all it took me to be able to come up with something like this. So you can also use this to manage your navigation, because I also noticed the top menu is gone inside the dash when you're inside the dashboard. Okay, so it has done a drop down because I specified it here. So what we'll do is to add images. Let's add some images to it, or we can tell Lovable for now to give us some kind of AI generated images. It does that for me. This is the about page, our story. Everything here can be improved, and you are the one to improve it. All right. So that is what I'm going to try to do next, to see if we can improve on these things. Vision, leadership. Okay. Yeah, he has not actually created some of them, all the pages. At least we are somewhere. These are departments. Okay. Gallery with filter. So we're going to add images. This is a filter that you can use in selecting the category of images you want. Then for admission, then careers, you want to recruit, right? So those buttons will not work because we told it to focus on UI, no backend, no functionality. All right, so this is what we have. Let's see how we can do some little improvements. First thing I will do is to change this homepage to a slider. I just have 1.80 remaining. That's now, first, notice that most part of this website has names. Like this is the hero section where we have the first row here. Okay, this is the logo. This is the menu, navigation. This is the call to action I told you about. Now, after that, the next bar, or rather, this is called the top bar or the menu bar, right? Here is called hero section. Hero section can have a single image, or it can also be a solid background like what you are seeing there. All right. It can also be a slider. All right. So however you want it. Some people want just text like this, and it's fine. All right. So, but I want it to be a slider to start with. We could do other variations later. All right. So I will say turn the hero section to a slider. Add demo images. I wanted to add generate some relevant images. Then the next section is after the slider, after the hero section, add a an introductory about us section with an image column. It will be two columns, one side for text and the other side for image, right? As a personal preference, I don't really like this mixed color. We call it gradient. I don't really like it. So I'm going to tell it to change gradient to solid color. That's solid color, single color. All right. I would prefer this thing is blue, right? Change it. I don't want it. So I'm going to add that as part of the improvement that I want. So I'll say change all gradients to a solid color, a solid blue color across all pages of the website. Now also notice that I don't have much prompt left. The file for today is almost finished. I have built something. So that's why I'm putting all these prompts together in one place. Normally, if I had plenty, I will just separate them and do it one after the other, or two, or three. It's not very good to put too many here when you're trying to fix things, so it doesn't mix things up. But I've also noticed that Lovable have really improved from what it used to be when we started months ago. All right, it's improving by the day. Sometimes you can give it bulky prompts, it will fix all of them to accuracy. You can still put it. That's why I'm doing it. Okay, so there's this kind of section that is always usually beautiful for my eye. It is called parallax section. Parallax. So I'm going to tell it to add a parallax section after the white text fields, white choose text fields and academic section. Add a parallax section after the I copied something to reference it. Why choose text fields? Then you know where I want it to the parallax to be. Section. I specify the page. That doesn't go and do it in another page, the home page. The parallax should have a beautiful background image of Black students and a text and a quote on it. Let me use a quote by the principal. All right, principal. Right now. Okay. The next thing is a financial verification agreement of law student and include by the principal. Okay. What else? Add the latest news section just above the footer in the home page. All right, let me stop it there. Let me do this one first. If there is still something remaining, we can do more. So this is basically how Lovable work. Eventually, you will get to see how to launch it on your domain name. I'll tell you what a domain name is, how to get one for your business or for your client business, how to get hosting and deploy it online. How to make it that when you are working here in Lovable, it's showing in your live site online. It's showing as you are typing prompt, any changes you make here appears there automatically on your website. So if a client calls you by midnight, you can even use your phone and log into Lovable. I hope you know, I didn't mention this when we started. Those of us that complain that you don't have a laptop that is functioning, everything I'm doing here inside Lovable, Lovable has a mobile version. You can do it with the Lovable mobile. Replete has a mobile version. Several of these AI application, they can work on your phone. All right, only a few of them cannot be used with phone, but most of them can be done with phone. All of them, not all, rather. Platforms like Base 44, you can do it with phone. Rocket.new, you can do it with phone, and several others. Right. So that is that. Let's see what Lovable will do next for us. So progress. He's still thinking. He's a great thinker. Editing admission page. Okay. I almost saw an error there, but it's still working. Still working. Still working. Okay. Lovable says it's done, and the credits are finished. We need to be able to load by preview. Okay. If we don't see a preview, that's know that the credit did okay. Wow. Okay. Wow. So you see now, it's becoming more like it. becoming more like it, but we are not yet there. We are not yet there. See now, black students have specified that this is the school block, you know. So we are close to it. All right. This is the intro section I talked about. I will change all these pictures if it's a client project. The client will eventually send me their school pictures. But for now, we can do with this. Okay. All right. Why choose take? And this is a parallel section. Look, observe how this section is because it's usually very beautiful on websites. Okay. So you see now the image is standing one place, but the text are moving. That's how we call it parallels. So he added a name for me, Dr. Lua Sean Adeyemi, as the principal. I didn't give it that name, right? But since I'm not giving it content, it will just guess and put whatever it feels is appropriate. This is the blog section, the latest news section I asked it to add. Now, normally this button is supposed to be linked to a blog, all right? Lovable has done a good job, has linked it for us. Okay, so that is that. Enough for Lovable for today. So we'll continue. These are just still intro. By the time we get to launching this application, before we actually launch this, I will actually deploy this particular one to a domain name so that you see how to take it live. But let's examine more platforms in the next iteration. I believe with this alone, you can start building with Lovable. Yes, create an account right away. That project you have in mind that we talked about when we started, I should conceive an idea, whatever it is. This is just my preference, a school portal. You can decide to build any kind of project, a bank application, ride sharing, a farm website, a product, a business aggregator, like a business directory, yellow pages, or Connect Nigeria, all those kind of stuff. Whatever comes to mind is a good idea, you know. So get something built. See you in the next lesson.